speak in front of you again this year. My name is Mike McMenamin, and I'm a 13-year resident of the county. I have 2 children and a wife. Both my children attend Arlington County Public Schools. One goes to Taylor and one goes to Swanson. I had the good fortune to be president of my civic association for 4 years, and I see information over there about Griffin Hill Park that we helped redo that park over the last couple of years, and we played a hand in putting more trees and making it a much more desirable park. So that's one of the initiatives that I undertook as president of the Maywood Civic Association, and we're quite proud of that. And it's also one of the reasons why we don't want to see the footprint of 66 widened at all, because that park is right along Route 66. Like I said, I was president of the Maywood Civic Association. I was president for 4 years. I sit on the Fiscal Affairs Advisory Committee for Arlington County, which reviews the budget of the citizens group and makes recommendations to the county board on what things we think should go forward and what things should not go forward. In my time on that committee, I've approved pay raises for our police and firefighters 2 years ago, voted for the Fresh Air Initiative and things of that nature. My campaign this year is about getting back to basics. On the issues that I ran on last year, the issues that most people are running on this year are neighborhoods. What are we doing in our neighborhoods? Metro. And also, what are we doing with our first responders? Now, let's take a look at neighborhoods. Our streets in Arlington County are not being paved at the present time on a cycle that's worthy of all the taxes that we pay. We're on a 27-year paving cycle, and we should be on a 15-year paving cycle like we were 6 years ago. Yet the budget has doubled, and it's gone up $250 million over the last 4 years. And we pay more and more taxes and fees. And you've got to ask yourself, why is that? Well, it shouldn't be that way. You know, we're not building libraries and fire stations on time and on at budget. The bonding process is completely broken in this county, and it needs to be fixed. And I'm the person that would like to fix that process, because we have an election here every year, and we can put these things on the ballot. We can do the schematics, and then we can make the purchase of the property and bond again, and then actually go to build, instead of doing it every 2 years and saying that we got to do the whole project, and then we get behind and the materials go up and so forth. Our stormwater drainage system needs to be repaired. It's in disrepair right now, and this county board's known about it for 6 years. Most of it was put in between 1930 and 1950 and has a 50-year life cycle on it. But yet not very much money has been spent. Only $300,000 this year. $3.5 million was supposed to be spent, but this board can't make a decision on how they want to put those funds. And would rather wait until after the election to finally raise your taxes or come up with another way to add fees to it. You take a look at that and a number of other issues in this county, and you just have to ask yourself why. Why is nobody looking out for the Arlington rider for Metro? Why are we talking about rail extension when people have to wait on the platform now, maybe 3 trains to go by to get to work in the mornings? You got to take a look at our first responders out there at the present time. They don't have the equipment that they need. I mean, there's not 4 men on a truck. This county promised 3 years ago to put 4 men on a truck, and yet they have not accomplished that task. And I was exasperated when I found that out this year, because that promise was made to us 3 years ago. Fire marshals. We don't have enough fire marshals in this county. Our buildings are not being inspected, and our daycare centers are not being inspected. We're on a 10-year cycle now. We should be on a 2-year cycle. And finally, I'm going to talk about neighborhood conservation, something near and dear to my heart. This county board came to my neighborhood and saw that I didn't have a 4-way stop sign. I had missing link sidewalks. And yet, you know, in order to get some of these things done, you have to get on a list. And that's not right. There's a lot of money that's paid in this county in terms of taxes and so forth, and you shouldn't have to go through a broken neighborhood conservation system, because in order to get these things done in your neighborhoods, you have to have an updated plan. And it's very difficult with all of us in our busy lives, having been a neighborhood president in the past, to find dedicated and committed people, such as myself and such as yourself, who come out and do these debates. But it's very difficult to do that, and it's broken, and it should come out of the budget the way it should be.
1 minute. Sorry, it was a little confusing.
I'm
sorry, now you have more to add. Sorry.
So, also we can talk about the facts in this county. The other night I was at Lion Village, and I was at the debate there. And there was a 40-year-old lady, a 40-year-old resident of the county named Virginia. And she looked at me, and she asked us the question, all of us, and she said, you know, my assessment's gone up and I'm being driven out of this county. And that's the truth. Over the last 6 years, all of our property assessments have gone up. They've doubled. Yet Walter pointed out, and I know about this on Fact 2, that there's $2 million set aside to help folks make their assessment payments and so forth and pay their taxes. But it's only $600. This poor lady's taxes have probably gone from $2,500 to $5,000 a year. And you think about that, $600 doesn't put a dent into somebody who has a fixed income at this juncture. It's just plain wrong. You know, the budget is doubled, and we can do better in this county. We're not doing the basics of good government. We're doing things that are outside the realm, that are sexy, such as door track and other initiatives, when we should be doing the right thing. We don't have to have, we have to assess 100% of value. And I'm all for the Homestead Act, which is going to get passed, I hope, in the next 2 years. But we don't have to have the tax rate as high as it is. It could have been lower. But this county board took it upon itself to keep spending our money and raising fees. And I want to do the right thing for you all, and that's why I asked for your vote on November 6th. Thank you for your time.